Today we will be covering all things Dominator 3.0 sleep system, from putting it together for the first time when it arrives in the mail. We'll take it outside and do a weatherproof test on it to show you just how waterproof the canvas actually is. Then we'll head out into the hills to show you how to set it up appropriately and then how to roll it up correctly when you're ready to head home. We're going to be covering all its features, and there is a lot to cover. So let's get into it. All right, there are several bundle systems you can get with your Dominator 3.0 sleep system at canvascutter.com. The first one being this, the basic sleep system, which is just your canvas and the poles. You can get the standard, which is the canvas, the poles, and then you select whether you want our foam pad or whether you want to try the Bedroll hybrid air foam pad. You pick your pad. That's the standard option. You can get the loaded sleep system, which is the canvas, the poles. You pick your pad again, and then it comes with a barrier mat and the locker, which is an awesome bag you can put a bunch of gear in. Or you can get the fully loaded option. Now that comes with everything, all the accessories, everything that comes with this sleep system. The canvas, the poles, you pick your pad, comes with the barrier mat, it comes with the locker, comes with our bunker sleeping bag, and the REM pillow. So you get everything you could possibly need to have the best night's sleep in the woods. But let's show you. This shows up in the mail. Let me lay it out for you. Now, the Dominator 3.0 is 34 inches wide, it's 90 inches long, and it's 31 inches tall. So similar in width to our older model, the 2.0, but it's quite a bit longer and a lot taller. It's going to give you a lot of space when you're sleeping in it. So I have it. Find these zippers. I'm going to unzip it. Get this canvas shell off. Then you have the mesh screen, which is built into it. If it's winter time and you aren't going to need the mesh screen, you can remove it. And we'll show you that later in the video of how this can completely come off if you don't need it or don't feel like you're going to use it. But for spring, summer, early fall, it sure is nice. Okay, now that I've got the mesh and the canvas unzipped, I've just got my tub here. To assemble it, depending on which pad you bought, we're going to start by putting our pad in here. I'm going to be using the Bedroll pad as we go out, so I'm going to grab my Bedroll pad, put it in here towards the head of the bag. I'm going to get the pole system to put it up in here at the head. That will help you a lot when you're rolling it up. It gives you something to grab to initially start the roll. And then I've got my bunker sleeping bag and my REM pillow. Now the beautiful thing about a Canvas Cutter Bedroll sleep system is after this initial assembly, you don't need to pack and unpack every time you go out. This is gonna stay in my bedroll for as long as I want it to. The only time it will come out is if I want to wash my sleeping bag or wash the cover of the REM pillow or need some spring cleaning. But outside of that, this is going to be my setup. It's going to stay in there packed, ready to go all the time, which makes this sleep system extremely convenient. canvas over here. A little tech tip, which the vents on the 3.0 are going to help it out a lot, especially down here in the foot box. But we like to have the 4 zipper sliders at the bottom of the bedroll and cracked about an inch. That way when you roll it up, the air can escape quickly as you roll. Makes it really convenient. So that is how you assemble your Dominator 3.0 bedroll sleep system. You do the exact same thing if you used a foam pad, but instead of the bedrock going down first, you just put your foam pad down in it. We are going to show you how to roll the Dominator 3.0 up correctly later in the video, but first we're going to head outside and we're going to spray this thing down extensively to show you just how waterproof the canvas really is and to show you what type of weather that you can sleep comfortably in. And then we're going to head to the woods and set it up, show you all the details, and use it. All right, so we are out here. We're going to do a little rain test, and unfortunately we can't control Mother Nature, so it's a sunny day, no clouds in the sky, but we're going to make it rain. Well, Taylor is. We're going to hose this thing down. This is, again, the Dominator 3.0. Show you guys just how waterproof the canvas is. I'm going to get inside with the Insta360, so you can come in with me and check it out as Taylor sprays it down. We'll put a significant amount of water on the 3.0. See how she holds up so that you can have confidence when you go out there on your adventures. You're going to be just fine. All right, let's get in this bad boy. Shower. I feel like that's more. It's more rain-like. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we're in here. Let me get this strapped on. Just one of those peaceful showers right now, really. Now, if you can see the rain droplets pooling on the canvas right now, the canvas hasn't been saturated. That's the water repellent coating on the outside. It's going to repel a lot of water. After a while, the water will start penetrating the canvas, and that's where the PU coating on the inside of the canvas is going to stop that rain from coming in. Check out all the seams. Make sure everything's still good. So far, so good. Oh no. The rainstorm just picked up. Wind picked up. the zippers and zipper seams. You can see down here in the corners, they're still good. Vents are still good. You can see because of the pressure of the water too. So when it's raining lightly, that repellent will hold it. If it's like a really hard downpour, it's gonna break through that repellent a lot quicker. You can see up here, there's not as much individual droplets. You can see them on the sidewall here, just because that hose hitting it so hard. The canvas has been penetrated, but it's still dry, and you can touch it and it's not gonna wick. Like a traditional canvas is still gonna wick if you touch it, right? It swells, it gets really tight, and that's what keeps the water out. But if you've been inside a traditional wall tent and you touch the canvas, it will actually start pulling the water through where you touch. It's called wicking. Our canvas won't because of the coatings. Take this down and give you guys a closer look. You can see down here in the seams, all dry. You can see by the zippers, all dry. Down here in the foot box, dry. Here on that main zipper, you can see if it was leaking, it would be pooling right there. But it's not. And you can also see I'm sitting up in it, so it's awesome. Now, when you trust your product, you can actually go through a rainstorm and just kind of enjoy it. Not have to worry about it. Yeah.
Maybe let's do you want to close the vents and then vent with the zippers to show them it just goes over the storm cloud?
Yep.
I can close these ones on the bottom. We'll get some sideways rain.
So here I've got it vented. I've got it vented like the 2.0 where I've got it unzipped about 15, 16 inches on both sides. So I've got airflow. but because of that weather flap covering the zipper, I'm still good. So if I needed to close the vents for whatever reason, I could and still get enough airflow, plenty of airflow. Let me show you that. Actually, that's pretty cool. It's a lot of water. Got that. I'm sorry. Do you think that's enough rain?
Sorry, what?
Okay, I think that's a lot of rain. You can check it out. Check all these seams. Tap it off. Sunny out here. Where'd that rainstorm come from? A lot of water. That's from me getting out that little droplet. You can see all this stitching where the zipper is. It's not leaking. Completely dry.
Get close-ups.
Okay. Swap over to that.
You're dripping right in there at the moment.
Oh dear. That wasn't in there.
It's okay, I got it on camera.
But on the other side.
Pretty dang dry in there.
Super dry. If you see like any discoloration, that's completely fine. That's because underneath me is a huge puddle and the canvas is completely saturated, but it's not coming through. So the canvas is going to get darker as it gets saturated, but the water's not coming through.
Let's open the other side so that there's a little more light and they can see a little better.
You can see the difference right there. Saturated, not saturated. That's just keeping you completely dry. Completely dry. And that barrier mat was actually holding a lot of water under me. So if you're in like, I don't know, that's a pretty severe storm, I would guess. But you're gonna stay dry, be able to have confidence in your product and get the rest that you need when you're out on the mountain or on your adventure doing what you love to do. But the Dominator 3.0, it holds up. You guys wanted the rain test, you got the rain test, okay? There it is. All right, let's actually head to the mountain now. Show you guys how to set this thing up with your gear inside, and then also show you how to properly take it down and roll it up so that it's nice and neat for your next adventure. All right, so we are now up the canyon, got a barrier mat down. Now, you don't need to use the barrier mat. You can use the bedroll directly on the ground. You can use it with a cot. You can use it in the back of your truck. You can use it wherever you would like, but just to keep it nice, clean, it's enjoyable at night when you need to get up to have the barrier mat in your bare feet. It's nice. But we got the 3.0 out. We're just gonna walk through kind of how to set it up. Loosen your G hooks. Take these straps off. Unroll it. OT. Oh, dig it. I want to show them these removable straps. Before I unzip it and we start setting up the pole system, I wanted to show you guys our cinch straps on the Dominator 3.0 now can be removable. So it's got this awesome buckle that's magnetic, so it sticks together. But if you ever need to remove the straps, you can do so just like that. And that way, if you're packing in on horses or mules, or for whatever reason you need to get the straps out of the way, you can pull them off, stick the straps inside your bedroll, and then put them back on when you're ready to roll it up and put it away. Okay, so got my 3 cinch straps undone. I'm gonna roll it out. Got my zipper pulls down here at the bottom. Unzip that, push the canvas down right there, unzip my mesh. And push my mesh down right here as well. Now, when you're using the bedrock pad, you won't need to do this with a foam pad. The foam pad obviously would just be laid out already and you would just be putting up your pole system. With the bedrock pad, since it has a built-in pump to inflate and deflate the pad, I like to get my sleeping bag and pull it up like this. That way when the bedrock is inflating, it doesn't get caught up on the sleeping bag. So usually I will turn the pump on and let the bedrock start filling up as I set the pole system up. But just in case it's too loud, I will put the pole system together and then we'll get the bedrock set up. When I pull my poles out of the bag, I always just put my pole bag right back up here at the head. That way I always know where it's at. And then you just start clipping these together like a regular tent pole system. With the 3.0 pole system, we changed both the angle and we changed the angle that the poles sit in the bedroll, but we also changed the size. We went from an 8.5 millimeter aluminum pole system to an 11 millimeter aluminum pole system. So it's quite a bit thicker, bigger, more robust. I think you guys are gonna love it. Also, there is a red pole end at the end of one side. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. It can go in either way. But there's a red pole end and there is a red tab here at the top of the bedroll. Usually put that one in there. The Dominator 3.0 also has these pull locks. So the pull goes in here, slides into the pull lock, and then it can't pull out. So some of you who have had our previous models have had the pull system like on a cot or really uneven ground, and it can pop out of the grommets. But with these awesome little pull locks, it can't. It gets locked in there. Sweet. So I got that end in. Then I come down here to the foot and do the same. Just slides right in there. And I'll come over to this side. There you go. Now the pulls are in there and they are locked in. So I've got the spreader bar right here. And I'm gonna blow up my pad and then we'll throw the mesh and the canvas over it. So with the bedrock pad, it takes about 1 minute and 30 seconds to completely inflate, a little less than that, and about the same to deflate. But super comfortable and a great option for a pad if you want to save on space and weight but don't want to lose on comfort. It's extremely comfortable. All right, so the bedrock pad is inflated. I'm going to blow up the REM pillow a little later. Now that my pad's blown up, one thing to recognize when you set your pull system up as well is to make sure that the ridge pull is on top of all these hubs. You can see the head shoulder pull, the foot shoulder pull, and the spreader T-bar here. They're all below the ridge pull. It will fit differently if those are twisted around. So we have had customers in the past, and in a hurry we've done it ourselves, to where our pull system was flipped the other way and it just didn't fit very right, and it didn't fit right, and that's why. Okay, get my mesh zipped around. I usually like to get this spread. That is a really simple feature that makes a really big difference. Spreads that out. So if it's warm weather, you can use your bedroll just like this. You don't have to have the canvas zipped up and thrown over you. If it's really nice, spring, summer, even those early fall, when the temperatures are still really enjoyable and nice and you just want to keep bugs off of you, there you go, right there. That's awesome. If it's colder or you want the privacy or bad weather, then you can throw the canvas over you. And then you just zip it up. Leave 2 zipper sliders on one side. Bring the third one around to meet on this side. And then you can see also this weather flap covers the zipper big time. So if you're in really bad weather, that water is just gonna roll right off like you've seen in the backyard. Then the last thing that I need to do is just set up the vents. There's 2 vents in the foot box and 2 vents in the head. And they just have this kickstand, magnetic enclosures. Just stick it right there, pop them out, and then get the 2 in the front. Now, if for whatever reason you needed to close these vents in the middle of the night or close a vent, you can still do so on the inside. You just unzip the mesh and pull it up and close your vents if you need to, but you shouldn't. Even in poor weather, that rain or snow, it's just gonna roll right past the vents. So that is how to set up the Dominator 3.0. That's Pretty simple, pretty easy, and it is the most comfortable sleep system that you could use out there. I do want to show you while we're here and while it's set up how you can remove the mesh screen. Again, if you're camping in the middle of the winter, you really don't need the mesh, and sometimes you'll have increased condensation because of the mesh. Or if for whatever reason you tear it and you need to replace it, I'm going to show you how to take it out. Even though it has the 2 vents in the head and the 2 in the foot, you can still vent it like you would with a Dominator 2.0, where you leave the zipper unzipped, 15 or so inches on both sides. That's obviously going to increase airflow even if you do have the vents. But there may be times too where you're in a pretty bad storm, the wind's blowing really hard, it's raining really hard, and maybe the wind is blowing some rain up into here and you're feeling that. Your 2 options would be close the vent on the side that the wind's blowing and keep the other ones open, or you can close those vents and vent it like you would with the 2.0, where you just unzip the side. All right. To remove the mesh is super simple. There is one zipper and you can access it both from the outside and the inside, but its zipper pull is red. There's only one of them. If you pull this and start to unzip it, it will take the mesh off. So for whatever reason, you need to replace your mesh, or it's cold weather and you don't want to use it, super simple to take the mesh off and to roll with just the canvas, which is what I'll do predominantly throughout winter time. And then if you want to throw it back on, or if you've replaced it, to put it back on is just as simple. Here in the bottom, it's just like a coat zipper. You can see that. So you run that through the zipper slide, start it out, and zip it right back on. And there you have her. Your mesh is back on and you're ready to go. So super cool feature. That way, if you, like I said, if you ever damage the mesh, you don't have to replace the whole sleep system, just the mesh, which we will have replaceable mesh on the website as well. Or in certain situations where you don't want it, take it out and roll without it. All right, guys, good morning up here in the beautiful mountains of Utah. Just got up and we're going to walk you through how to correctly take down and roll up your bedroll so that when you get home and you put it on the shelf, it's ready for the next time. And when you're traveling, you have no issues. First, you want to unzip the canvas. You can pop the vents back as you do that too. I take the 3 zippers at one time, pop those vents in, pull my canvas back. You can see, by the way, a lot of people ask us about condensation. It's a cold morning, it's 28 degrees here, and there's no condensation. Both with the vents, but also because canvas breathes so well. A lot of people, I understand why they have questions, because it is like a close quarter sleep system, and a lot of people are used to nylons and polyesters, which don't breathe like a canvas would, and so you would have condensation even in larger tents. But you can, in certain circumstances, you can get condensation, right? In a trailer, fifth wheel trailer, in your vehicle, in tents. It's just a thing. That's not a huge issue though with canvas cutter bedrolls. Just the canvas breathes so well, and if you vent them correctly, there's really no issue. And we're gonna undo the mesh, pick up these zippers, take it down. Now, when we were setting it up, I flipped the sleeping bag up so that the Bedrock air pad could inflate. And now that we're deflating it, it's just going to pull itself. It's going to accordion itself underneath the sleeping bag and it won't get caught. So when I'm pulling out this pull system, I'm going to have it deflating. Get my pull bag. Pull locks doing their job. Get this side done. That side down. Now once you get it out, you're just going to fold it up like you would a regular tent pole. There's nothing. The only thing I try to do is where there's bends, I try to have the bends together. I think it's makes it a little cleaner. So like that. Air pad's almost done. You can tell by the pitch. Oops. Set that down. Bedrock pad's done. Just get my pull system, put it in the bag. I slide in just like that. Put them back in the head of my bedroll. Again, when I start to roll it up, that's what I'm gonna grab to start my roll. Throw this mesh back over, and I like to leave 2 zippers on one side and 2 on the other. That way I always know where my mesh zippers are. Put the canvas back over. Okay. Canvas is kind of stiff because it's so cold. And then at the bottom, we usually leave a gap about like that. So now that I've got the canvas zip closed, I'm just going to make sure this weather flap is flapped over. So it doesn't develop some memory where it's sticking up. Now here's the big key. A lot of people that we've seen from photos and stuff, a lot of customers with their 2.0, they'll like just start rolling it up like that, which you can do, but it kind of leaves a really big bedroll and kind of a mess when it's rolled up. We suggest you tuck it in. I like to tuck the top in and then pull the sides in. That way you can see the zippers right here. So when it's rolled up, none of the zippers exposed. So if you are traveling, this is in the bed of your truck, and it's getting pounded by bad weather, you don't have to worry about water getting into that zipper because it's completely enclosed. And I'm gonna grab my poles. I'm gonna start rolling. Now once you get the roll started, I move my hands to the edge, use both knees. Keep tucking that side in. Let the air out. See at the bottom here, I pull this bottom edge in. That way, there's nothing exposed. I like to reach under, grab the webbing, slide it around, that way you don't get any twists in it. Pull up, that will help pull the slack out, and then pull it tight. And then I like to tuck my straps in to itself so they're not flapping around, just like this. That way they're not flapping around, and when you need them, you can just pull it out. But get that one tucked in. Put that G hook on there. Tuck that strap in. Get this last one down the middle. There you go. That is how you take down and correctly roll up the Canvas Cutter Dominator 3.0 Bedroll. Now it's ready to go in the truck, and when I get home, there's no unpacking. I don't have to put gear away. This just goes back on my gear shelf, and it's ready for next time.
Okay, we know a lot of you are curious how the Dominator 3.0 compares in size to the Dominator 2.0, especially when it's rolled up, because the Dominator 3.0 is larger, it's longer, and it's taller as well compared to the 2.0. I have my 2.0 here. I'm going to show you everything that's inside of it. We'll break it down, roll it up, and then we'll show you what it looks like next to Seth's Dominator 3.0 that he just rolled up. So we're going to open the zippers up. Canvas off. Out of the way. Okay, so inside mine I've got my bunker sleeping bag, and actually inside of my bunker I also have a down blanket in here too. It keeps me nice and cozy at night. I just like having a blanket around my feet. Like anytime I'm cold camping, helps a lot. Keeps me nice and toasty. I've got, this isn't our REM pillow, but this is a purple mattress pillow that I like, and I shove that down a little bit so it's away from the head, makes it a little easier to get my roll started. We'll take out the poles. Got a pair of socks in there. Those are organized. My pole sleeve always at the head. Those guys in there. my socks in there for next time. Mesh that over. Bring those seams in. That top over, find my poles in there. Get that roll started. I think you'll be surprised with how much more space you get in the 3.0, how it still rolls up to be relatively the same size, even with the more canvas that's involved in it. So let's take this over the back of the truck and we'll show you 3.0. Next, oh no, we got it right here.
Pretty comparable.
Pretty comparable.
I mean, if I had a foam pad, they'd probably be identical.
Yeah, they really, yeah, seriously. It's pretty cool. Yeah, even with all that extra room, you're still able to roll up to a very similar footprint. And for most people, the Bedrock pad is going to work great, so you can save on space, bulk, and weight with that too. So, pretty sweet. We're stoked about it.
So that is a detailed look at the Canvas Cutter Dominator 3.0 sleep system. If you would like to get yours and to start sleeping better than you ever have before in the outdoors, head to canvascutter.com today.